How's it going, Dave from Comic Book Investments? Well, I just got this incredible package here. This was about $7,000 for this package. I know cardboard's very expensive these days. Just joking. Um, yeah, so let's open it, and hopefully it turns out as well as I thought. I don't have my good knife. I just have a standard box cutter, but it should be fine. Yeah. These things are really sharp too. I've cut myself on these things before. Oh, we got some popcorn. Okay. Package looks okay. Got a little popcorn and stuff. Really hate. I hate it when I have to open them up in here because it gets everywhere. And I got dogs and stuff. All right. And a nice little Target bag. Let's cut this open. All right. Cool. Each in like their own little packaging. It's going to be 3 books. I wonder if you can guess. What do you think it is as I'm opening it up? Any guesses out there? Maybe leave a comment in below before I finish opening these what you think it is. I'll give you a hint. I like to play on words, so I threw in a few key words to help you better guess. Oh, I got some staining there. Look at that. Water staining. Nope, that's not going to press out. I'm just messing. You can't press water stains out. Just joking around. Yeah, so let's see what we got here. First up. Let's throw that down there. We don't need that anymore. First up we got is a Hulk 180. All right, first thing what we got to do with these books with Hulk, take the tape. I don't need the tape. Remember, always, here's key tip, right? When there's tape on the back, I've said this many, many times, don't just open it, take it completely off. This tape is fractions of a penny. You can get new tape. You don't want it to accidentally, sometimes people just untape it and leave it at the tops. They pull out the book or they put it back in and it sticks to it. And then you get a tape pull. Let's see. It's not that good. But for these books, for Hulk 180, the key thing to do is look for the Marvel value stamp. It is there. Show you what it looks like. It's of Cyclops. Right? See that right there? That was, a lot of kids took that because you could get this little stamp book and then you collect all the stamps. What was this, 1974, I believe? Yeah, 1974. Around that year, they put stamps in all these books. And then you could cut them out and collect them all. This is a thing to do. But make sure they're in there. If they're not, it's worth a fraction of, usually around, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, it's like more than 50%, less than 70%. It's somewhere in there, 50 to 70% of the value if you have that one little coupon missing. Next, we want to count the pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to centerfold. 8 pages to centerfold. Now, that only applies to usually Silver Age and up for sure, if it's not like a giant size or an annual or something like that. But then as you get into the Golden Age, it changes. Like sometimes they have 10, sometimes they have 12, sometimes they have 16. So each book is a little different. But Silver Age on up, everything should be 8 to the centerfold. So as I'm counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm also looking at the pages to make sure nothing's cut out. So all good. Next we want to look for is restoration. Some staining. I see no signs of restoration. All right. This book will probably grade maybe a 6. There we go. Hulk 180. First Wolverine. Cameo in the back, in case you guys haven't seen it. He fights Wendigo, blah, 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 blah. Battle. Cool. Some cool battle on these things. But then at the very end, you got one little page. I'm trying to open this so I don't. Of Wolverine at the back. See him down there in the corner? Yeah, so that was his first appearance. Look, I got a new stand made of wood. There we go. This should be fine. All right. What do we got up next? Oh, this is the good one, I'm assuming. Cool. Yep. Hulk 181. Could you have guessed it with my using the words incredible and stuff like that? So right here, sometimes the tape is really easy and you can just split it right along, especially with these Mylars that are really tough. They actually, the plastic. So that's what I usually do. I just split it. I'm not going to keep this Mylar. I'm going to throw it away because it's like, if you look at it, look how much extra space there is on the sides here so it can move around. I don't want that. Another key tip to do is to take out the back of board. See how I'm taking out the back of board with the book at the same time to do that. All right. The key thing here, look for that Marvel stamp. Okay, centerfold looks good, and the stamp is there. Let me show you guys the stamp. There we go. Oop. It is Shauna the She Devil. Shauna? I don't know exactly how to say it. All right, let's count the pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, all good there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, cool. Looks all good. He battles Wolverine. This one's nicer than the Hulk 180, which is always a plus. The other one, 180, had some cover tanning. Oh, this has some foxing, some staining. But it should be pretty good. I would say... I must say this is going to be... I mean, it's really nice. It just has some like staining and foxing stuff and some... And yeah, some... Between a 7 and a 7.5, I'm going to guess. Somewhere in there. I'm going to put it back in here for now. I'm not going to keep this bag though. I'm just going to... for now until I'm done with this video. Put this right over here. All right, and then you can guess what the last one is. Hulk 182. Again, this. I'm gonna tear off these. This is not a Mylar. So if you try to tear off these, like use the corners of this to tear, it doesn't work. It just kind of stretches the tape, and then it's a lot harder to take off. There we go. Got the Marvel Golem. Is the stamp. It's hard to always. I'm looking at the thing. It's always in reverse. This one's like a. I'm just gonna. I mean, the pages seem fine. I'll count them later. But I mean, this is like a 5-ish. Doesn't look to have restoration. But yeah, I wish this was further back. So yeah, I mean, got this in, paid $7,000 for it. Let me look at the numbers real quick. This 182 is going to be about 250. This 180 will be about $1,500. And in a 7.0, this last one sold for $6,300 was the last one sold, but they've been averaging around $7,000 for the past 90 days. So, I mean, not amazing of a deal. I mean, after you have grading fees and then selling fees and then taxes and all that stuff, there's a little profit to be made. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's like this day and age, it's like I remember talking to my dad, and he's just from a different world. So looking at like the stuff that I have to do in order to make money, he'd buy books. You bring out the Overstreet price guide, and you're like, okay, the most, like if you're lucky, people would pay you like 50% of a guide, right? And most of the time, people pay 30, 40, maybe 50% of guide. That's what they paid. And then they would sit on it and try to sell it for guide. A lot of times what my dad would do is right before the new guide came out, he wouldn't sell anything and then release his his mail order catalog right after the guide came out with the new guide numbers, because that's what people did is they look at the Overstreet guide and they're like, oh, this went up, $50. And so now all of a sudden your book's worth $50 more. And I don't even know how the Overstreet actually calculated this. What are this? Oh yeah, it's worth this much more, right? Everything just went up a little bit. They probably had some computer system that just boosted everything up by like 10% or something. So yeah, I mean, if this one comes back a 7.0, which it looks to be a 7.0, then it's, worth basically what I paid for the entire collection, right? But then you have casing fees, and then you lose selling fees and eBay fees and all that other stuff. So I'll be in the hole a little bit, but then, this one will make up the difference and plus some. So not bad. But again, I'm holding Hulk 181s back. That's why I paid so much for it, because I'm not thinking about today's prices. I'm thinking about tomorrow's prices. So this one will go into the vault with the others that I have. And if you've seen my video on my Hulk 181 collection, you will know I have a lot of them. Maybe I'll leave a link somewhere up around here to it if I can remember to do it. If not, comment, say, hey, David, you forgot to leave the link. But yeah, pretty cool. I always love Hulk 181s. I've said this story a million times. That was the book that I worked the hardest to get, and worked and got it. And then I sold it to basically get my my second car, but my first real car. And that's how I was able to drive. But yeah, hope you have a good day. Feel free to leave a comment and subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. And as always, a link to my website down below, collectorscomics.com. I'll leave a link around here somewhere. And if you're into music and stuff, you want to check out my music, be links somewhere around here, wherever YouTube puts them. And have a good day. All right, thanks.